Hi, I'm Luis Vendano and I'll be guiding you through operating systems in the 60s. So, which were the main features of technology? Well, multi-programming was developed in the 60s, and the OS designers were able to take advantage of the computer's resources by running several jobs at once. This was done by partitioning memory into several pieces with a different job for each partition. A big switch from transistor-based computers to integrated circuit. Now, the typical computer characteristics, well, HP and IBM were the two big computer manufacturers of the decade, and in the early 60s, the transistor-based computer was the technological peak, but later that same decade, the IC computer became the normal standard. And processor features, well, there were many processors, but the Digital Equipment Corporation, DEC, introduces the Program Data Processor 1, PDP-1, in 1961. The speed of the PDP-1 arithmetic instructions took 10.7 microseconds because they used two memory cycles. The magnetic core memory cycle time is 5.35 microseconds, which corresponding roughly to a clock speed of 187 kilohertz. The PDP-1 uses 2700 transistors and 3000 diodes. It is built mostly of the EC1000 series systems building blocks using microalloy and microalloy diffuse transistor with a rated switching speed of 5 MHz. And moving on to memory features, well, the PDP-1 used an 18-bit word size and has 4096 words as standard main memory, which was upgradable to 65,536 words. The PDP-1 has computing power roughly equivalent to a 1996 pocket organizer and a little less memory. And which were the existing storage devices? Well, in 1962, we have the IBM 1311 disk storage drive, and this disk drive made it with a removable disk pack, and each pack weighed about 10 pounds, held 6 disks, and had a capacity of 2 million characters. The disks rotated at a 1500 RPM and were accessed by a hydraulic actuator, which with one head per disk. The 1311 offered some of the advantages of both tapes and disks. And moving on to 1963, we have the DEC tape, and this 3/4 inch tape was widely thought to be an improvement over paper tape, and part of its reliability stemmed from the fact that it was laminated and the magnetic part of the tape was sandwiched between two layers of matter. The DC tape was often used as a form of personal data storage, as the small reels could be easily hand carried. And in 1964, we have the IBM 2315 disk cartridge. And this 1 megabyte disk cartridge was used with the IBM 1800 and 1130 computers, and it provided easily transported personal storage for users of those small computers. Each 2315 consisted of a magnetically coated direct access disk encased in a plastic cartridge that easily fit into built-in disk drives. Moving on to 1965, we have the IBM 2314 direct access storage facility, and this was 8 drives plus a spare with removable 29 megabytes disk packs, shared one control unit, and the extra drive was a spare for the user or could be worked by a field engineer. And this was used in the System 360 computer, and it supported applications like online banking, ATMs, and just-in-time manufacturing. Now we have the I/O devices, but most peripherals and I/O devices for machines depended heavily on the type of work the system would be doing. We have a card reader or puncher, and most early computers used punched cards as input-output device. They were used as a way to write binary code for the machine to analyze. And next up, we have the 7-track tape drives, or IBM 7 tracks. These were IBM's first magnetic tape data storage. These tape drives were mechanically sophisticated floor standing drives that used vacuum columns to buffer long U-shaped loops of. And now we have the operating systems in the 60s. First up, we have the 360 system by IBM. for the IBM 360. The 360 system was unprecedented in its ability to support a wide array of applications, and it was one of the first operating systems to require direct access storage devices. Then we have the MCP operating system for the B5000. This OS gave the user the following, which was multi-programming, multiprocessing, virtual storage, and source language debugging capability. And then we have the CTSS by MIT, developed for the IBM 7094. And this operating system provided the value of interactive time sharing systems and the value of sharing data and programs online. Well, that's pretty much it for the 60s in operating systems. Thank you so much for your attention.